All right, so he's ready for this Loma FMG LED bar. Simple enough. Just want to explain a few things. So just two pieces of 090. You got one piece of 1-inch clear acrylic that'll be island filled, kind of make like a C channel out of that, and a piece of 3/16 white mounting pattern. So the mounting bar, easy enough. Clamp, bend, 90 degrees, done with that. So this one's a little different. Just want to explain this one for fab. So you're just going to do our usual 1-2, but our usual 1-2 would put the seam on the side here, and that's not going to work because this is just going to be brushed clear. So I wanted to have these three face surfaces clean. So to do it, we got to put the seam on the bottom, but that means that the 2, when you go to do 2 on both ends of the break, it's going to bonk against 1, and you're not going to be able to go a full. And be careful when you do that you don't overdo it and then crease and put a notch in it. So do the best you can, get it up against there as much as possible, bonk it, but this might not go full 90. That's why there will be plenty of room, plenty of clearance here from the mounting bar, that's right here, that you can go ahead and put a weld here. This purple won't be there. That was just laid out as that, but I purposely clearance the acrylic channel, so you got plenty to play with. So go ahead and squeeze this together, make it 90, and then you can tack right along there and keep it sexy. Once you do that, this part's done. So doesn't get any more simple than that. When you go to do your LEDs, so let's just look at how it goes together. This is also more for install. So this will be your bar box, your main like cover, all pretty. Get all that brushed. This will go in last. Talk about that's the 3/16 white. We'll talk about that. And so this will be your 1-inch channel that we make. So go ahead and just put your bar up and mount it up good. You'll have your LED sitting on the tray ready to go. You'll have your leash for install. If you go with this pattern, that's why I put the holes right here. So the purple here on the pattern will be the mounting bar itself. That'll be where that goes. So you can see where if you just keep this power right here or towards the end, it'll be covered by, you know, the cover here. So you'll find. So if you choose wherever the leash ends up, either side, or if you have to, you can drill anywhere in the bar and go ahead and run it up from there. You'll just have to clearance the channel. So you'll see where on this acrylic thing, all of this is island filled out. So it'll just be here, and then there's an opening here for the mounting hardware, and then there's another opening here for mounting hardware. If you have to put the power here, you'll just have to kind of in the field kind of chop out some of that channel there, and then that way it'll clearance it. So, but otherwise the front is continuous all the way along. I went ahead and did an island fill that gives us this is a 3/16, basically makes a little channel. So that channel is such. So you go ahead and put that on here, frap. Go ahead and put this guy on there, and that'll just give that a quick frap, boom, boom. So there's your box. You're good to go. Then you can bring this guy, introduce him in, and he's just going to sit right on the blue. And then the idea behind this guy is it's just going to sit on the acrylic. So there's no way to really mount it. These guys here are going to do all the work. That's why I was kind of saying that this might just be a choice for later, or who knows if this will actually work. But what this will do is just kind of lock it in place. This just sits on top of the clear. Now that's where you might have to experiment a little bit. This will just sit on top, and this will just be all white, and it'll be like clean. So if you look in there, it'll just kind of look like a little bit of snow in there. But if this blocks too much light, or if you just choose to have this, because what's going to happen is this is going to be island filled from the back. So this is going to be frosty, and this might be enough to be a diffuser by itself. And if we're comfortable with just sitting, you know, eventually this will settle just down on this and then just be kept from falling up here. You might not need this, but if you want this to toaster slot in, so you kind of just drop this in there before you put the Plex on, drop it down, and that'll help lock it in place. if this needs to be maybe clear, if you need to do a tester and route this out of clear instead of white, because if the white blocks too much light, because you've already, yeah, I'm rhyming. So if you island fill this and it's already blocking too much light, and then you drop another piece of 3/16 on that. Anyway, but this should help kind of side to side lock it in place as well. So that's kind of the idea. It's just this will be on its own, and then it'll help support this just sitting there. You'll run your probably the product, the principal I'm thinking, or any sort of light tape that we have. Keep in mind that if they like this, I don't know going forward. So if we, try not to just use some scrap because they might want more, and if we can't get it. So if we're having success with the principal LEDs and there's still enough of them and we can get them, then add that in there and just keep it like the other, like the Eisenhower. So anyway, so that's your choice. That's kind of how I see it. Let me know if there's anything that like might look funky to install or something. Let me know. But this is how I'm sending it. All right. So I think that explains it. If you have, if you see any problems or if you have any other ideas that are better, holler at me.